What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of The Design Therapy, your creative community and outlet for all things inspirational, experimental, and finding that artist within. I'm your host, Cassie Patterson, a creative designer and brand strategist in Nashville, Tennessee. And on this episode, we're focusing on all things local in Nashville, Tennessee. I have the Native CBD Plant Wellness Center. They not only focus on luxury CBD products, but also on your wellness and prevention. Please give a warm welcome to creative entrepreneur, Lainey Edwards. Welcome.
What a beautiful introduction. You're so sweet.
Yay. Thank you so much for being here.
That was so fancy.
I've said it a couple
it.
times now, and I was like, get my rhythm. I know my intro.
I love it. And you nailed it with the prevention aspect, because we'll talk about that. But that's a big part of our vision for CBD.
Well, let's just jump right in. Why don't you tell everyone kind of where your journey began and kind of where you've come to now with your business?
Whew, that's even more in the last couple of years, but definitely 2020 of an evolution. But I'm Lainey Edwards Maples, and I became a Maples a little over a year ago. Got married to an amazing man and very talented creative as well. And I always knew I needed to be surrounded by a creative, because my whole background and my whole life and my love is the music industry. So I moved to Nashville. I'm from Oklahoma, and I moved to Nashville when I was 17 to pursue music.
You're native Nashvilleian now.
I think I've earned it. I hate to tell my age, but going on 17 years. Woo! That's tough
5.5.
Woo! You've got a ways to catch up to me. That's tough to swallow when you meet the year that you were the age when you moved there. Does that make sense?
Love it. Well, you're a full-on Tennessean. I'm Tennessee.
I think I've earned it. I love it. I love Tennessee so much, and it's been a beautiful city for me and my family. So moved here when I was 17, pursuing music. I've done nothing but music all my life, and I feel very blessed to be able to say that I made a living as a creative. That in general is, I feel like, a huge feat, because as a creative and as an artist, sometimes it's hard to feel like you have your feet, planted and making headway.
Yeah, it's a big obstacle if you want to be a creative. It's not the journey. A lot of people were like, yeah, I'm going to go struggle.
Exactly. And you're going to struggle, and you're going to have no's, and you're going to put yourself back into that situation and get a no, and then wait for the yes. Mm-hmm. But it does come. And, also the beauty of that is having your own career in your own hands versus, and I think right now with COVID is like, so many people we know with corporate jobs being let go, and they have no control. And so, I feel very fortunate to be a business owner in this situation of life, which is weird to say, but we have a little bit more control than the common corporate person. And so, so my journey is definitely one that I would have never imagined myself being where I am, but I know I'm exactly where I am supposed to be. So I pursued music all my life. And then in 2017, my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and excuse me, at 16, life is quite the blur when you go through. Anybody that knows the cancer journey knows it's a little bit of a blur. So 2016, she was diagnosed, and in 2017, I lost her to cancer, and which is part of now why I am where I am. Being in the music world, like, music is so powerful and so healing. And that's what I loved as a performer, as a songwriter, being able to move people through the music and the melody and the words and the message. And, people rely on music to get through tough times, good times, sad times. And so, I've seen creativity at all different forms and different facets of my life. And So through her cancer journey, we it was diagnosis number 2 of
Mhm.
the same cancer, and it metastasized. And so, that was just, the hospital here in town gave us an answer that it wasn't good enough answer for us, basically giving up. And so we went out to California, and part of her journey was cannabis oils.
Yeah.
And so if, people aren't aware of the word cannabis, they may know the word marijuana or weed.
Mhm.
Well, that's a huge topic, and that's a very
And a
stigmatized
growing
topic,
topic. It's becoming
a
so
massively growing
prevalent.
topic, which is so exciting for us. And I appreciate you having us on, because there's so much uh, unknown to most people, and
Mhm.
we're all about education. And
Yeah.
I'll get to what we're doing now because of her cancer journey, seeing the massive benefits, um, taking away the negative side effects from cancer in general, but taking away the negative side effects of opiates.
Yeah.
Cannabis took away every single thing that my mom was dealing with. And so it was life changing. A plant based option that helped her get through that entire process. And
More
that's why I've
natural
never,
option.
exactly.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people are, again, back to the stigma part, it's so stigmatized. But
Yeah.
what people don't know is that just through history, it's been it's been pushed politically or whatever. There's a lot of different reasons why it's been pushed to the side as a drug. Well, it is it is one of the most amazing things, and I'm quite obsessed, and which is why, after going through cancer with my mom, seeing the amazing benefits,
Mhm.
um, helped her get through those final days. Um,
Yeah.
my husband and are now in the CBD industry, and we have Native Plant CBD and Wellness here in Nashville, Tennessee.
That's truly amazing story. You never know how your story can really impact and connect with others. I know for me, I've had 2 members in my family who've had one who's passed away from cancer, and then another one who actually used CBD products as well to help get through her own chemo treatment. And it
Wonderful.
really helped her through the entire process and helped
That's
alleviate
amazing.
a lot of that pain.
Yeah.
So finding other like alternatives in health and wellness is such like a truly important part that a lot of people need to hear.
100%. Well, it was pain, nausea, trouble sleeping,
Yeah,
anxiety about knowing you have something in your body that is literally trying to kill you. I
exactly.
remember my mom saying that, like, it just is sickening to think there's something inside of the that is trying to kill you and attack your body. And so, just alleviated every single element that she was dealing with. And at one point, towards the end, she actually got off all of the opiates. I mean,
Wow.
she was around opiates around the clock, but
Mhm.
yet it was messing up her digestive system, which, if you can't use the restroom like it's a main function of our life, right? It causes a lot of discomfort and setbacks, and not sleeping, that suppresses your immune system. And it's a domino effect of when all these things aren't functioning how we're designed. um, when those things aren't regulated and working like they should be, it causes a lot of discomfort. So, yeah, I mean, my husband and I just felt really, which he wasn't my husband at the time, but we felt really called to do this because I wanted to, as much as my passion was music,
Mhm.
um, like my entire life, I felt called to do that, and still very much do. But getting to help people every single day sleep better or get out of pain, reduce anxiety, which is so toxic, and I suffer that
Yeah.
myself.
We all
Not anymore.
do.
I
Yeah.
got you covered on that.
I will be
Um,
there.
Literally either melting it down to decrease in the intensity, or completely melting it away.
Yeah.
And that's what I've done through CBD, and it's all natural, all plant-based, no medicated, you know, routes. So, it's a journey I never imagined myself being on, but I know I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
Well, it's definitely made sense. You've come from such an entrepreneur background and you've kind of mirrored and built it into your business now, you know, how have you found have you found any obstacles along that journey of being able to transition to like where your business is now, and how has it been as an entrepreneur, you know, in the last 10 years?
Well, I would say I'm very much an artist.
Mm.
So I even find my artistry in what we do now with Native Plant. And I love, I also love, as much as I love moving people through music and that healing aspect, I found that carried over to helping people and healing through the plants and
You have a
educating
message of
people.
healing. You have a message of healing the world and healing people.
After we got into all this, I realized, I was like, okay, wow, it's still the same purpose. It's just in a different format.
Yeah.
And I'm fortunate, you know, unlike, you know, sadly due to COVID, I'm not able to travel this year. But I still play festivals and stuff. So it's still able to have that avenue of helping people through music. But, and that's the beauty of being an artist and just being able to keep it going, because I think if you have the heart of a creative, to be able to live that out. But as far as obstacles, you know, it's been a interesting year. We opened Native Plant in last fall, so almost a year.
Oh, wow. Wow.
September, end of September, so it'll be a year. But so this later half of the year has brought all kinds of obstacles through. You know, it was our first summer in business, but then also a pandemic.
Yeah.
And so I've been trying to navigate certain things like, okay, is this a typical summer? Is this a COVID summer? Is
Not
this a
summer.
COVID and summer? Like it's I would say our biggest obstacle yet has been navigating being a small business through COVID and like so many people. But you know, I think if you have an entrepreneurial mindset, it just, you find ways to keep everything going and navigate even through those obstacles and the times that we would never imagine. But you just get creative.
Yeah.
I'd say that.
It's been an interesting year for sure. Well, first off, a happy 1-year anniversary. Congratulations.
Thank you. We're coming up this month.
I love it. What day is it?
The 21st.
Okay.
Actually, my baby sister's birthday. So that was our grand opening, and then we officially opened the next week. So the end of the month will be a year.
Are you going to have a virtual 1-year anniversary party?
I know. Well, my husband has a really big birthday in like 9 days. So, and then we have that. So I don't know what's bigger, because it's a really big birthday. I won't tell it, but it's a big birthday. And then we have that. We're going to have to do something. And thankfully we've had a lot of our regulars, you know, coming back around, everybody easing back into coming into person and into the store. So we've got to do something. We might have a parking lot party.
Send me
masks
an
and
invite.
all.
I will be there.
You got it.
Well, I know that you don't have just like your typical products as well. You have an entire variety in your line. You even say you have like skincare products, and you know, you have edibles, you have lotions. Like, you have a wide range of luxury products that are available to people.
Yes. So a lot of people are familiar with CBD oils, and that is the ideal way to consume it.
Okay.
Number one being, it's going to get it directly into your bloodstream. You take it under your tongue. It goes into your little capillary vessels. It's extremely absorbent. It's sublingual. Any form of medicine, if you go sublingual, it goes directly into your bloodstream. So, you know, that's the most ideal format to take it. And then but not everybody's the same. And I also learned this through my mom's cancer journey, because her cancer was esophageal. So she couldn't consume any pills through her mouth, through her esophagus. So not everybody can consume the same way. And then it comes down to preference if you don't have an issue. So we carry, yes. And they're delicious. They're so good. So, I mean, there's oils, there's edibles, gummies, chocolate chip cookies.
Chocolate chip cookies?
Oh, with
Oh,
little toffee
you won me
chunks in it.
over right there.
I mean,
Weakness.
so good. So good. And they're just a wonderful way. Why you would take an edible. That's a lot of people's favorite ways to take it. Why you would want to take an edible is because you can microdose all throughout the day. You can, if you're having a little extra anxiety in the middle of the afternoon, you can pop a gummy or a half a gummy. You can cut it in half. And the great thing about CBD, whatever way you take it, you can customize it for your body and for your needs. Capsules are a little bit different because you can't break the capsule in half and only take half. So those are just a little bit more targeted of a specific dosage, but a gummy you can cut in half. The oils, you can control how much of the dropper you take. So I can't even tell you how customizable CBD is because we're unique. It's not a one dose fits all.
Yeah.
And unlike most medications, you can't play around with dosage. It could potentially kill you, if not guaranteed kill you.
Well, you're more
you
of
know,
a mass number. You're not an individual. It's not focused
correct.
on your specific ailments. And, you know,
Correct.
with that, like, how do you start learning, like, what is the best process for me and learning what is best for my pain or whatever I'm dealing with? You know, how would you start that if I came to you?
Absolutely. So when people come in store or even online through the COVID, we've done phone consultations. And so phone consultation is only a little bit different just because we're on the phone or FaceTime. But phone or in person, I just get to know you a little bit. And it's my job to help you find exactly the fit for you and the exact dosage. There's two things that can have negative results with CBD. It's because you either didn't have quality CBD. So the market is so saturated that people have abused the term hemp or CBD or cannabinoids, or there's a lot of full spectrum. There's a lot of different terms that companies that actually don't even have any medicinal properties in it are using. And that's my job, honestly, to help educate people going, okay, just because you see it at Bed Bath & Beyond, or just because you see something that says hemp at Target doesn't mean it actually has it in it. Like, what in the world? Why would you think they would lie? Well, there's a lot of reasons. But so everything we carry in our store is lab tested. So I know exactly what is in it, how much CBD content is in it, and the rest of the plant, depending on the category of product. But it's a very fast growing market. And so, you know, it can easily, people can be like, well, I can buy it here, I can buy it there. Well, buying it here or buying it there could be a totally different experience, because some people might buy pain cream over here at Target and be like, that didn't work for me. Well, maybe it actually doesn't have the medicinal properties in it. So CBD is not all created equally. If you hear me say nothing else, it's not created equally. Like it is just, that's probably one of the biggest things, because it has become a very fast growing market. So when you come into store, I just get to know you. We talk about your intensities of anxiety or sleep issues, or pain, inflammation, depression, digestive issues, the list goes on. Those being some of the main things. Pain, anxiety, and sleep issues are probably the three main things we deal with. And so hearing you out on a scale of 1 to 10, the severity of your issues, they're actually deficiencies. And so we need to fix those deficiencies and kind of level them out for you to feel the absence of your anxiety, feel the absence of your sleep issues, etc. That's the goal of CBD, is the absence of your deficiencies. So then I just pair with my experience. I pair what I think is best for you, a starting milligram. You can always go up. You want to microdose because you don't want to over flood your body with cannabinoids, which is CBD is a cannabinoid of the plant. Some people may know THC as a cannabinoid of the plant, the high part of the plant, and we can talk about that later. But, you know, so we evaluate, and if you're somebody that can't consume THC because of your job, that you may get drug tested at, we have options for that too. They're called broad spectrum products.
Okay.
So we have literally something for everybody, down to skincare. Like,
that is the number one thing I want to know, because your skin is fabulous. So
you are so sweet. You wouldn't have said that years ago. I used to be pretty acne ridden. And in the last few years, I got the jawline acne really bad, supposedly hormonal. But acne is going to be bacteria and inflammation. So two of the biggest properties of the plant is anti-inflammatory and antibacterial. So boom, the perfect combo for acne to be gone, right?
Yeah. What about anti-aging?
Antioxidants, girlfriend, for anti-aging. I was having a lot of, I guess, sunspots, melasma, especially, yes, sadly, and it's a beautiful thing because we have the blessing of aging. You know, and through my mom's cancer journey, my mom passed at 59. So
oh gosh,
if I can encourage anybody to embrace aging, because not everybody gets to age. And, you know, I've, since my mom's passed, I see aging totally differently. Not that we love to accept every part of it, but it is also a blessing at the same time. And I also think lines and stuff show expression, and you're human and you lived a life like through those eyes and through the smile and wherever those lines show up, it shows a life. So that's my fluffy talk on,
I love it.
Aging.
No, I love it.
But yeah, I mean, the skincare has changed my life. Now that sounds really dramatic, because like, what skincare can actually change your life? Well, being somebody in the entertainment industry where a lot of photographs and you see it's all the, you know, the most telltale lighting, right? So you just see a lot of the flaws and acne, and it's all on, you know, on display. So, so it is life-changing for somebody that dealt with the acne, the self-confidence issues with that, the need for covering it up. Like, I literally wear like a quarter of the makeup that I used to, which is probably hard to believe. I still have the lashes, and I'll never give it up to the day I die. They'll be there.
Fabulous. I will never give up my wings liner. I don't have a set, but I usually do a wing liner.
You're gorgeous.
I won't give it up.
Gorgeous. You wear well.
Thank you.
So yeah, there's a product for everybody. People think it's just CBD oil, but there's like, oh my goodness. Pain cream is probably one of the biggest things, one of our best sellers, because unfortunately so many people deal with pain, and whether it's a headache, menstrual cramps, like lifesaver, arthritis pain, and those customers come in all ages, and it's amazing.
Well, what's your favorite product?
Oh gosh, that's like, what's your who's your favorite child? You have 5 of them. Who's your favorite?
You gotta have one that you know you use more than the rest.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna choose an oil, because the great thing about an oil is you may take it for one reason. Anxiety was my biggest challenge in my life, and I think partially it came through the music industry, and then a cancer journey, and then losing my mom through, and grief and all that entangled. So, you know, the great thing about an oil is I may take it for anxiety. Wonderful. It wiped anxiety out of my life. If I take it every day like a vitamin, again, we're fixing deficiencies. If I take it like a vitamin every single day, when I used to live like everyday anxiety used to consume my life. And sadly, I know there's a lot of people out there that understand that feeling. It's a very uncomfortable feeling. But I've not only wiped out anxiety out of my life and suppressed it massively, my digestive issues are better, which I had a lot of digestive, and my mom's cancer was digestive, silent acid reflux.
Yeah.
Never knew she had it. Pain and inflammation. I'm 34. Who knew that all these things happened in your 30s and this quickly? But like,
I'm learning over here too. I'm like, what is happening?
Every day. And the fine lines. But the great thing about the oil is you may take it for one reason and you're going to get an array of benefits. You're going to sleep better. You're going to feel less pain and inflammation, the digestive, anxiety, depression, everything. You just feel, honestly, it sounds so cliche and so cheesy, but you feel like back to the root of the best version of yourself, that you're not distracted by all these other deficiencies that you deal with. And we just learn to deal with, right?
Yeah.
But it's not a quality of life. So that's our goal, is to find that internal balance, and therefore it changes the quality of life. So, I would have to choose an oil.
I love that. That's amazing. And it's so life-changing.
And it's all natural.
And it's all natural. And you make these decisions for yourself to betterment your life and to have a better quality of life, like you say. Like it's
absolutely,
there's no other choice. It's a yes all the way 100%.
Right. We can either spend $5 on Starbucks every day that's filled with sugar, or we can reduce the inflammation in our bodies and help a lot of other things. Exactly. But quick thing why a lot of people don't know is that CBD talks to your system. Medication talks to symptoms, and generally.
Yeah.
So what I mean by talking to our system, we actually have a system in our body that a lot of people don't know that cannabis, CBD, hemp in general communicates with. Like, there couldn't be a more natural fit than our bodies and cannabis. Yeah. So back to the whole THC aspect, a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to get high, and that's drugs. And well, okay, so in legal states like California, Colorado, Oregon, etc., yes, there's no limit on the THC aspect. And any other non-rec state or medical state, Tennessee is not even medical yet, but fingers crossed we're moving towards that, because people like my mom need help. Because we had to make a cross-country journey to California, which was over 24-hour drive, just to choose that for her health and her healthcare options. And so we're hoping and praying that changes for Tennessee, and I think it will. But
all of United States, all of it.
All of it. I couldn't agree more. So, and there's actually like not a massive difference between that and alcohol, but there's also a massive difference between that and alcohol.
Yeah.
That makes sense?
It's something that hurts your body, something that heals your body. Like, it's a no-brainer.
So, why people, FYI, CBD, there's no element of CBD that gets you high. So that's the massive difference between CBD and marijuana, or CBD, cannabis, CBD, weed, whatever you want to call it. There is a massive difference. And I like to explain it like marijuana and CBD are like first cousins. You have similar genes, right? But you don't have the exact same genes.
Yeah.
So you and your first cousin are related, but you don't have the exact same genes. So the difference between that and anything that has the potential to get you high is the THC levels. Okay. So everything that we sell is the legal limit of THC, which is 0.3% or less. And then anything in a legal state has no limits on percentage. So the baby limit of 0.3% or less has zero intoxicating effects. But why do we have that in there? Because it's called full spectrum, and it allows the plant to do its full job and create that entourage effect of the maximum benefits. But again, if anybody has a restriction of THC, we have those options that have the whole plant minus the THC. So there's options literally for everybody of any age, and it's a complex topic. So I geek out really quick.
Well, and it goes back to the individualized experience that you're talking about. You're not just a number in the system. 100%. You're actually focusing on you as an individual, what you're dealing with on a daily basis, whether it's pain or anxiety, but it's very specific, and you can take it in what you're comfortable with. You know, you never have to go past anything that you're uncomfortable with or what a doctor prescribes you
or
and forces you to take.
Exactly. Well, and sadly, pharmaceuticals are the one dose fits all.
Yeah.
Well, we're
That's
actually
not right.
that's so off because we are unique, and our makeup is complex, and so the system within our body, the endocannabinoid system that I was talking about, is as unique as our fingerprint.
Mm-hmm.
So it can't be a one dose fits all. And that system controls almost every major function in our body. So that's why it can help so many things, and get it under control and being more back in balance. And so cool thing is we actually naturally produce cannabinoids. I wish I could show you this diagram we have in the office, but
like in our bodies, we naturally produce that.
We do. In the endocannabinoid system, we produce cannabinoids.
Okay.
So CBD is a cannabinoid of the plant. Mm-hmm. THC is a cannabinoid of the plant. So when we get deficient, just like we do in iron or magnesium or vitamin D or whatever it be, we have to supplement that system, right, to feel better and not be deficient. So same thing with our endo system. We have to supplement those cannabinoids when we get deficient. Because back to the deficiencies: anxiety, sleep issues, digestive issues, pain, inflammation, all those are deficiencies. So when we supplement with the cannabinoids of the plant, to like literally almost a mirror image of our natural production. So there's nothing more beautiful and miraculous to me, and that's why I geek out really easily, because it's so amazing.
So much. I literally had no idea about that. I just thought it was something that you took to help kind of alleviate. I had such a basic knowledge, and I feel like I could talk to you all day about this, and we could have like a full-on e-course.
I know. We might need to have a sleepover one time. It's a lot to digest.
Pull that PowerPoint up, girl. I'll watch it.
I love it. I love it.
Well, I appreciate you sharing your journey. You know, what is one thing that you want to leave with the community and everybody, you know, listening, to take away from this, you know, really what you've learned throughout your experience and running your business, and, you know, your journey with your mom and your mission for what you're doing? You know, what is it, something that you want to leave with everybody?
That there is always hope. Because, you know, I have a lot of people that come in daily and say, well, I just know anxiety is going to be something I have to deal with.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
that's not okay. Oh my God.
I say no.
Yeah.
I say no, because I'm living proof of that. We're all unique. So not everybody's results are going to be the same. People that don't sleep well, I'm just gonna feel tired and restless and just run down for the rest of my life. I say no.
That's not a quality.
I see it every single day. I had a lady reverse blood pressure issues. Wow. And by no means do we guide anybody medically, but you know, if someone's discussing something with their doctor and saying, okay, I'm going to try a natural aspect first, and then if we can't get it under control, blood pressure is something you don't want to mess with, but her numbers were okay where she felt comfortable with taking this step first.
Yeah.
I mean, within 2 weeks, she was mapping her blood pressure like religiously in a journal, and they're normal.
Wow.
And all she did was CBD oil. So, you know, it takes time. I would say there's hope. Be patient with navigating CBD, and just make sure it comes from an educated source and a quality source.
You are the educated source, girl. You could, you know, do a whole class on this. I love it.
Well, we have a mission, and 2020 got in the way a little bit, but
it's not going to stop you. 2020.
It's not going to stop, and we're excited.
Here you come.
Yes. Bring it on.
Oh, well, thank you so much for sharing your journey and just letting us know, you know, your process and everything that you've learned and your mission to help and heal people. You know, that is such a true part of making society better, you know,
and bringing it back to the root and natural.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you for having us on.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on. Let everybody know where they can follow you, heart you, subscribe, all things native CBD.
Yeah. So you can find us on all social medias, Native Plant CBD.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can also find all the products and options at nativeplantlife.com.
I love that. You also have a location in Nashville.
We do. We are at 4809 Trousdale Drive, and come in. It is as one-on-one as custom as it can be, because it's specific to you, and it's not one dose fits all. We will find options that fit your needs, even if it takes a little bit of time.
Oh, I love that. Well, all those will be in the description below, so make sure that you go and check them out. Stop by their store and say hello. They're open now past COVID, so y'all have normal hours again, right?
Yes, back to normal hours.
I love it. Make sure that you stop by and say hello. Thank you guys so much for joining us on this episode and learning about this local store here in Nashville, Tennessee. Also, please be sure that you are following All Things Design Therapy on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and also on my website at thedesigntherapy.co. If you like this, please comment below and let us know how you're feeling about all of these episodes that we're having, and we'll hope to see you next time. Bye.
Bye.